what it is, what it is, what it do. You already know is what it done did, if it did anything. Check this out, y'all. Real quick, I wasn't even gonna speak on this because I paid shit like that no attention most of the time. All right, but nevertheless, I've been hearing a little bit too much, uh, other people's thoughts about it and things of this nature, and shit. I had came up with something I don't think anybody even thought of. So therefore, I was gonna add in to the build. You know what I mean? Like we do. Nevertheless, this November 4th shit. All right, real quick though. Remember that movie Vendetta? The dude with the mask, and they came out with the some group with the mask and um saying I forget the name of them people. Nevertheless, um what was their name? I'm not about fucking name. But you know Vendetta, the movie Vendetta. And it was a group started after that that said they was, carrying on those type of whatever the fucks. And some people said that was even sponsored and created by the so-called uh, false government of the United States or whatever, because it's a corporation or whatever the fuck. I don't even give a fuck. Nevertheless, what am I getting at? In that movie, it spoke about November. I think it said November 4th or the 6th or the 10th or some shit like that. It said, remember the 4th of November or some shit like that. Check it out. Nevertheless, that ain't even what I'm talking about, but it is in the equation. Nevertheless, did you know that? Nevertheless, check it out. It's got clips. You can go and check the clip out. Vendetta. Nevertheless, look, B for Vendetta. Now, but I heard a lot of people on YouTube from. I wasn't even looking for the shit. It's just recommended for you to to get in your head. Nevertheless, it's not in my head, and I got something for that ass. I'm gonna show you what's in my damn head. Not long from now. Nothing to scare nobody. Halloween didn't pass. Nevertheless, it's just some information. Nevertheless, so anyway, it's November 4th. EMP, whatever. EPM. So the so-called blackout, right? Now I was like, some people say, well, it won't be them if it happened. It'll be, what I'm saying, the let's just say Sky Family or whatever. You know what I'm saying, knocking out their equipment in order to, this and that. Okay, when they always do shit, they always have something else going on. Some people say it's going to be a roundup for this, la, 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 and all that, ba, 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 and rah, 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 So, nevertheless, some people saying, how can they have a blackout? Is the sun going to get knocked out and all this type of shit? I don't say shit. I don't reverberate shit. I just say interesting. Keep it in here, right? Keep it in there. So, when my knowledge started revolving around in my head and giving me all this type of stuff, because all the knowledge you put in revolves and it comes up with its own equations, answers to equations. And nevertheless, it wouldn't be possible for them to do that, to block out the sun and all this type of stuff. So I didn't say nothing about it, but because I didn't give a two hoots about it, right? Nevertheless, my conscience quickly went back to that movie Vendetta, and it said, remember, no, the 4th of November or the 6th of November or something like that. I'm not sure the date, but it was said, remember, November. Something's supposed to happen on that day, and it talks about it and shit. I mean, you can type that in the computer some motherfucking way and get some type of information. But nevertheless, why am I dragging? Dragging. Not that. No other titles for me. No titles for me. Nevertheless, so how could they do that? How could they block out the sun and all this? How can they pull this off? I was like, I didn't even think about it, but in not long, it didn't take long for the knowledge to start twirling around, you know what I'm saying, and coming up all together. They got these refrigerators, right, that it'll be all black, and then you tap on it and it'll clear. So you won't have to open the refrigerator. You can look directly through the door of the refrigerator to see what's in it. You know what I mean? It becomes clear. then it goes back black. I was like, how did they do that shit? And then I thought, well, damn, they spraying these chemtrails and shit, right? The atmosphere is a little bit more than what we think it is or know it to be. You know, like when you in the house and you see you open up the door or you cooking and shit, or you know you got some steam going on, you frying some shit or something, or you simmering some shit or something, or it's just you got the heat up too much and it's cool outside. You notice how that fog and mist get up on the window? Well, nevertheless, check this out. Mix that in correlations with these chemtrails. Mix that with what's in the chemtrails. Mix that with how they have the ability to bring that shit together to block out the sun and to block out the moon. And then they can reverse engineer the same science they put on that refrigerator. Instead of it being dark and going light, it can go from light to being dark. I just wanted to throw that at you. I know y'all didn't think about that shit, but nevertheless, we not too much paying attention to this shit. But if you know how it's done, you can know how all types of shit. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, weird. Pay too much. You know, you're gonna hear all this other type of shit if you look for it. I advise don't look for it. Whatever you feel in your gut, don't think about it. Don't think about too much of shit. The feeling. You know, we don't go with feelings, but actually the natural feelings is what you gonna roll with. Not what a motherfucker make you feel like, I'll smack him in his head. No, you don't roll out with that. That's that's that first response shit. Everybody say go with your first mind. Your first mind be to slap a motherfucker to talk crazy to you, wouldn't it? First mind be to, do something really radical. But they always say go with your first mind. So they always starting off telling your ass a lie. So nevertheless, man, I just want to throw that out at you. I got some shit coming out. Check this out though, for real, for real. I was trying to put it together and make it together, a long video, all right? But I did it. I might even throw it out there. It's a little bit shabby. For some reason, the computer's not working so good, bro. You know what I mean? It makes my clear, precise videos looking like they got some type of it's just not clear. So I might not throw that out there at you. But I'm gonna have to break them loose, and then it won't be as great as it would have been. But nevertheless, this is motivation, right? And actually, the conversation I'm going to have with you, with Sel, is one that I didn't even plan. I wanted to just sit there and practice my Tai Chi, so expect me to be talking real fast and moving pretty damn quick. But nevertheless, when atoms, I'm gonna go ahead and get you prepared for this, all right? But nevertheless, they say the atomic number determines the object or the structure. How do you say it? The atomic number describes the atom. If it's 80, it's gold. If it's 81, it's lead. If it's 79, it's mercury. All right. Now, in order to change the atomic number, you have to change or excite the atom. All right. When you excite the atom, the negative electron jumps orbit, and it can pass out of that atom, meaning reducing the electron, changing the molecular structure in that atom. So that's how they talking about you could turn gold or two base metals, which is lead, which is 81, mercury, which is 79, and in the middle you have gold, which is 80. So what they were doing is exciting the lead atom to absorb the mercury, giving off one or whatever, and making it 80. You understand, or you know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, that's the alchemy of gold making through particle and chemical simulation or something similar like that. Nevertheless, man. So when you're moving fast, they'll tell you, you're exciting atoms. So when you're moving fast, you're actually changing something. Now, if you add some focus and direction to that, because most people want to sit there like the Buddha and will shit into existence. I no longer think that's necessary, because it's the speed of certain atoms and molecular structure with focus that can alter and change according to logic. and reason too. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, yeah, look forward to that. It's coming at you. It might come at you this same day, or I might wait until tomorrow, where people is not sleep and have to wake up and they have a long list and I'll be so far down. But it's coming your way. Now, I'm thinking about changing a couple things, but stay subscribed, and I'm gonna have possibly a new channel. All right, dedicated to science, computers. So if you know anything about computers and you can help each other, help someone with what your knowledge is, um, you need to, once I come up with a name or whatever for this, you need to upload your name, upload your videos under this same tag and title, so it can be placed in the same place, okay? And we can really bounce uh, um, higher thoughts and higher consciousness about some scientific views, you know, some solar views, some ingenuity in totality of just like what we say, a think tank, but it won't be called no think tank. All right. Nevertheless, you get the idea, you get the thought. Let's get that vision. Nevertheless, think about what I said, and pay that ignorant shit no mind, but prepare for all things. All right.